The moment the train pulls into Paris, something shifts. The air feels different, heavier with history, lighter with possibility. Standing on the platform with a single backpack and a worn travel journal, the journey through France begins not with a grand plan, but with a simple desire to see, to feel, and to absorb every detail this extraordinary country has to offer. The city greets you with its familiar gray-blue rooftops stretching endlessly across the horizon, chimney stacks rising like quiet sentinels above centuries-old buildings. Paris does not announce itself loudly, it simply exists, confident in its own beauty, waiting for you to notice. Leaving the city behind, the landscape transforms almost immediately. The train cuts through rolling hills blanketed in soft green, vineyards lined with perfect precision, and fields of sunflowers turning their golden faces toward the afternoon light. The French countryside is not just beautiful, it is deeply calming. There is a rhythm to it, a slow and deliberate pace that feels almost like breathing. Small villages appear and disappear through the window, each one looking as though it was painted rather than built. Stone walls draped in climbing roses, narrow roads winding between ancient oak trees, and church steeples rising above clusters of terracotta rooftops. Every few kilometers, the scenery shifts just enough to feel entirely new, yet somehow familiar, as though you have seen it before in a dream you cannot quite remember. Wandering through the smaller towns of Provence, the homes here are unlike anything else in the world. They carry a quiet elegance that feels completely effortless. Pale limestone facades washed in shades of cream, soft yellow, and dusty rose line the cobblestone streets. Wooden shutters painted in faded blue and forest green frame every window, and flower boxes overflow with lavender, geraniums, and trailing ivy. Many of these homes are centuries old, yet they feel entirely lived in, entirely loved. Laundry hangs between windows, cats stretch lazily on sun-warmed doorsteps, and the sound of someone cooking drifts out from behind a half-open door. There is an intimacy to these streets, a sense that life here is rich, not because of luxury, but because of intention. Every detail, from the iron door handles to the hand-painted house numbers, feels chosen with care. And somewhere nearby, someone is playing a soft melody on an acoustic guitar. Where a restaurant tucked beneath a canopy of wisteria catches the eye immediately. Small round tables dressed in white linen spill out onto the terrace, and the warm glow of string lights begins to flicker on as the sun dips lower. The menu, handwritten in elegant French script, offers dishes built entirely around what is fresh and local. A glass of chilled rosé arrives first, pale and crisp, the color of a summer sunset. Then comes a bowl of soup au pistou, fragrant with basil and garden vegetables, followed by a slow braised lamb dish served with roasted root vegetables and a generous pour of rich, dark sauce. The bread is crusty on the outside and impossibly soft within, perfect for catching every last drop. As the evening settles fully over the village and the last of the daylight fades behind the hills, there is a deep and quiet satisfaction that comes from a day spent simply moving through beauty. France has a way of making you feel both small and completely at home at the same time. It asks nothing of you except your attention. The scenic roads, the ancient homes, the unhurried meals, and the golden light that seems to exist nowhere else on earth all come together to create something that cannot be fully explained, only experienced. And sitting here, journal open, pen in hand, the only thought that feels true is this: some places do not just welcome you, they stay with you long after you have left.